first. What I can. If it's coming in blurry, set your resolution high. I don't know why mine was coming in at 144. Oh, I forgot to tweet it. Forgot to tweet it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Qapla. Oh, it's hashtag DS9 Wednesday. There's no B in Wednesday. Join us now for Heart of Stone. Dude. Hello world, it's Berto Prey 5, Qapla, and I know Anti-Tracker's still on and ranting, which is fine, because it's going to be obviously a little bit before we actually start the episode of Deep Space Nine, since I usually say hello to everybody and whatnot first. Feel free if you're at both streams to continue watching Anti-Tracker or whatever you want to do. Obviously, I don't expect anyone to actually ever be here. So Donald Myers was, well, let's put it this way. Thomas Potts was here early this morning when I first got the stream set up and set to public. Thomas was here at like 11 a.m., but his comments are all gone now. So Donald Myers was first from what I can see at 3:38 p.m., says hi. John Araki says Qapla. Miss Lundell's Groovy Movies at 4:35 says, thought I'd try to beat the crowd. And you did, Miss Lundell. Not all of them, but most of them. At 4:48, Norman Buckwald says, in some ways, Nog is the story stealer for this episode. As fascinating as it is for Visitor to portray someone pretending to be her. Yes, and some spoilers there, but that's okay. We're all expected to have seen these episodes already. LDG says first to say first. I don't know about first to say first. I'm not sure if Thomas said it earlier, but certainly first to say first with the text still here, yes. And LDG says, hey, Bird of Prey, I will be streaming some old school games and an open panel after your DS9 today in the Life with Matthew waiting room stream on Pixelate. So after this stream, guys, hopefully LDG will put in a link to Pixelate and you guys can head over there. Not Ryan Johnson says, geez, Bird is already late. I was trying to give Anti-Tracker more time. Resolute Germ says, hello, Resolute. Josh Reed says, it's at 1080p and it's blurry. Well, then you might need glasses. Life with Matthew says, do. Life with Matthew, have you figured out how are you going to handle tonight's stream when you can have 10 people on now? I'm assuming you do pay for StreamYard. If you do, you can have 10 people on. It's going to be crazy. I might have to wait up just to see what happened. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Berto Prey and chat. Qapla, Mike Richards. Josh Street says, today is Bird of Prey's 24-hour DS. No, it is not a 24-hour DS9 marathon stream. Although that doesn't sound like a terrible idea. But no. No, it's not. John DeMarco says, greetings, John DeMarco. Resolute Germ says, Bird of Prey, you're pretty late. You finally got tired of anti-tracker ranting. I didn't really get tired of him ranting, but we did speak ahead of time. He knew what time I was going on. I offered to go on later, but he said no, that it would be enough time for him, so I didn't change my start time. So if I had not put a start time set, I would have just waited a little longer. But being I set a start time and I didn't get a chance to change it, which I gladly would have, I felt an obligation to come on. Now, if we have less people than usual, that's fine. People can watch it later, or they don't have to watch it at all. But for the people who want to be here, I'm happy you are here. For the people that rather stay at anti-trekkers, I understand that too. Mr. Lundell's Groovy Movie says, are we caring about anti-trekker now? We always care about anti-trekker. Right, Sassy? You care about anti-trekker. See, Sassy is barking at shadows again. At this time of the day, the sun comes through the window and actually puts shadows on the ceiling. And she is looking up at the ceiling, seeing shadows, and she is not happy about them. She wants Mama Prey to stop the shadows. Not Ryan Johnson says hello and Qapla. Josh Street says, yes, Bird of Prey, you take 3 hours ranting about Karoga, so you have time to make steaks. That's probably true. Although a 3-hour steak would be a terrible steak. Joseph Patrick says, must be here, Stockholm Syndrome. You know what? I'll take what I can get. And we got a $1 super chat from John Araki. Thank you, John Araki. No kissing Dax, but you got some happy faces. Some happy faces. Resolute says, you're deaf more interesting than anti-tracker riding around on his high horse. I'm a little surprised anti-tracker is so angry about that spaceship from Lower Decks. I will grant you, it is not the most spectacular looking spaceship design. I think they could have done a lot better with a more traditional design. But am I going to let the spaceship design of an animated TV show ruin it for me? Not really. I mean, Discovery looked like crap too, their ship. But if the rest of the show was good, would I really care that the Discovery itself looked like a pizza cutter in space? No, I wouldn't. I'd forget about it fairly quickly, because who cares? It's the story, it's the content, right? The ship itself, it really isn't all that important. But we'll see. I mean, if Lower Deck sucks, then certainly it's just going to be another thing to throw on the fire, is that the ship sucks. And wow, thank you, NB Geeks Let's Talk has donated $10 through Super Chat. Thank you so much, NB Geeks Let's Talk. People, NB Geeks Let's Talk often live streams. I haven't been there much because, unfortunately, when he's live streaming, either I've been streaming or I've been on someone else's stream. But please check out NB Geeks Let's Talk channel. I'm a subscriber. I get notifications when he goes live. I haven't been there often, but when I can, I will be there. It seems like he talks about some good Trek stuff and other things. And I just wish our schedules had lined up better in the last week or so. But I know he's out there. I know he's doing streams. I know he's putting out content. And I apologize I haven't been able to get to it much. But you're certainly on my list. I get your notifications. Yeah. Joe Biden just donated $1 and blessed us with some kissing Dax. And he says, I love the design of the USS Mr. Lundell, the new Trek ship. It's about time we named a starship after Mr. Lundell. I don't know if you want that ship, Mr. Londell, but it's not bad, right? All Captain Kirk in Star Trek V. All I ask is a tall ship and a star to guide her by. And Riker in TNG and Picard telling him, but it'll be your ship, Will. Trying to get him to take over the Titan or whatever ship they were trying to give him that blew up during the battle with the Borg. It's like, it's your ship, Will. Yeah, but then that doesn't always go the way you want it to go. Captain Trek says, Bird of Prey, good afternoon. Qapla, Captain Trek, good afternoon. Thomas Bott says, Bird of Prey, did you see that hospital bed those guys threw out? No, they threw out furniture, Christmas decorations. It appeared to be an oxygen tank and some other interesting things. They threw out an entire dresser, and they took away a TV stand, a glass TV stand, but they kept that. Somebody took it. A lot of stuff in that dumpster. They probably, and that's the third dumpster in 24 hours. So they could have had a pretty decent rummage sale or something with what was in all that stuff. John Araki says no one cares. About what, John Araki? And then he put in his $1. I care, John Araki. Not Ryan Johnson says anti-trigger is too loud a majority of the time. Well, that's just the volume control. You can always lower the volume. Miss Lundell says he's got his ass out. He's got his ass out over a joint, over a cartoon spaceship. Listen, he's very passionate. He's very passionate about it. Probably a little too passionate, but you've got to respect the passion. LDG says NB Geeks talk. Let's talk. Check him out, guys. Awesome panels and topics. There you go. And LDG says, and we think alike. Well, you see, you gave some positives, and then you gave some negatives. Okay, it's okay. NB Geeks Let's Talk says, Bird of Prey, get with me offline. I will make time for you. I know, NB. I'm so sorry. It's just been so crazy here with the baby and me still going through medical issues. And I had nurses over today. I had doctors over. I had the doctor's appointment this morning. It's still pretty hectic, but I will get to you as soon as I can. Several people have asked me to get in touch with them to come on the channels or talk with them or do things. And I want to, I just haven't had the time because I don't know when. Right now I could get a call in 15 minutes and a nurse or somebody could be here and I have to stop. Now, at this point of the day, I'm pretty sure we're good, but I just never know. And I so hate breaking promises that I kind of refuse to make a promise until I'm absolutely sure I can keep it. Positive Candor says, hello, Bird of Prey. What do you think of the new lower deck ship, the USS Cerritos or Cerritos or whatever the pronunciation is? It's not my favorite, Positive Candor. It's not my favorite, but I don't think it's the worst ship I've ever seen either. I think they could have done better, but I will reserve judgment until I see it in action. We're seeing it from one angle, one awkward angle. We'll see. I'll tell you, I don't love it. I know that much. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I would say I'm more pessimistic than positive about the ship, but again, it's only a ship. And the ship does not make the show. It's great when the ship is great and the show is great, sure. But the ship doesn't have to be great, especially in a cartoon. Pluggerville says, Qapla, Bird of Prey, Qapla, Pluggerville. who played awesome at Risk yesterday. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movie says, Bird of Prey, it's a cartoon spaceship. Emphasis on cartoon spaceship. Very true, Mr. Londell. Resolute Germ says, I don't know which has Anti-Trigger more out of shape, the ship or the boys. Yeah, that was the other thing. And I've never seen the boys. I've heard people talk about them quite a bit. I just doesn't seem to be my type of show. NB Geek says, LDG, my wife may get with you soon. Something about edit software. Very cool. Captain Track says, hey to Pluggerville. Pluggerville says, hey to Captain Track. NB Geek says, Bird of Prey, my policy is it's for fun. Your priorities are your family, and you are an uncle now. That is true. Yes. Nephew O'Prey is doing well. Sis O'Prey has been telling us stories about how Nephew O'Prey basically pees on everything. She's had to use her hand. She's had to use things to block the stream of pee from hitting walls. It's got on the wall. It's gotten on furniture. She doesn't know how to stop it because anything she puts over him, he kind of knocks it off of him before he pees. So she's getting used to it. She's gotten to the point that she started putting like a fabric chuck to absorbent chucks on the walls to catch it. So that, yeah. So apparently this is a risk you have with little boys. It just goes everywhere. Anywhere they're pointed, it goes. Mr. Captain, hey, Mr. Captain, long time no see. Do you want us to troll Anti-Trekker now? No, Mr. Captain. Qapla, no trolling Anti-Trekker. He's fine. He's okay. Even though he says he hates me, he's okay. He's under some stress, you know. I'm not supposed to talk about it, but he gets his prescriptions filled through Karoga, and he needed certain pills that, you know, men of a certain age tend to need at some point. And I think he's just angry because of how much I charge him. But he'll get over it. Mr. Captain says, will Nephew O'Prey hail Karoga? Nephew O'Prey is of Karoga. He is Karoga. You can hail Nephew O'Prey. You are hailing Karoga. Joseph says, I think Bird knows. Positive candor. Positive candor says, Joseph, I thought you weren't going to snitch. What did Joseph snitch at? I don't see anything from Joseph. Not for a while. Oh, am I on top chat? Son of a bitch. Live chat. Let's see. Nephew O'Prey is marking his territory. Absolutely. Where positive Joseph? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about not snitching, positive candor. Mr. Captain says, will Nephew O'Prey hail Karoga? I read that. Joseph says, I think Bird knows. Josh Reed says, Sis O'Prey is having problems with Clone O'Prey. Well, it's not Clone O'Prey, it's Nephew O'Prey. I wouldn't say problems, it's just par for the course, apparently. Joseph says, Nephew O'Prey is marking his territory. Absolutely. 47 Yorktown says, Bird of Prey. Hashtag Bop the Seals. Oh, yes, it's Canada Day. Happy Canada Day to all the Canadians, except those in Quebec who don't identify as Canadians. In fact, if you go back to DJ Odyssey's stream earlier today, it's probably not finished processing yet, but towards the end of the stream, a Canadian asks Canuck O'Prey to sing the Canadian national anthem, and I did a bang-up job of "Oh Canada," and yeah, so you guys, any Canadian should be proud to go back and listen. I really did your anthem justice. Mr. Lundell says he needs some anti-grumpy blue pills. I didn't say that, Mr. Lundell. That's a HIPAA violation if I did. But basically, yes. Positive Candor says, Joseph, I don't know what he knows about what he knows, or knows. Oh my God. Joseph Patrick, I know that he knows, but does he know that he knows, or knows that you know he knows, or that he knows that I know that you know? I don't know what you're all talking about. Mr. Captain says, Anti-Tracker has Karoga pills. Wow. Breaking news. Oh, no, he already admitted that he went to Karogan doctors for his medical care because they're far superior to anything he can get at Turdistan. Mike Richards is Bird of Prey. You sound good today. Strong voice. Thank you, Mike Richards. Yeah, I just wasn't up to putting the camera on. I've got an old t-shirt on, and I didn't feel like all changing and everything before we started. But I'm here. I mean, here, if you wanna see me, if you wanna see proof that it's actually me. Let's see. Where's the? It's me. It's me. It's Bird. I'm here. Qapla. But that's enough. I don't feel like being on camera the entire stream. Plus, we get to see Jitsy's awesome graphic. NB Geeks Let's Talk says 15 likes with 26 watching. Hit the like button. Just my thoughts. So thank you so much. Mr. Captain says you need to get Nephew of Prey a Turdistani flag to pee on. Well, that's actually a great idea, except I don't want to send money to Turdistan. Maybe I'll just photocopy one and give him a piece of paper to piss on. Mr. Captain says that's Happy Canada Day to you. That's true. Happy Canada Day. Joseph says, Positive Candor, your message will break him. It did. It did. Oh, Canada. Hey, yes, Mike Richards. It's very, very happy day up here in old Canada with us Canucks. Positive Candor is lolling. NB Geek says, Bird of Prey. Oh, shit, you went there on Quebec. Well, I've had a lot of input from Quebecan citizens who told me that they basically don't celebrate today. Tower Spots is Bird of Prey. Anti-Trigger got a $400 donation. Really? Holy crap. Oh, from Scrody McBoogerballs. Good. He $500. 400 and 100. I said, what in the butt? I said, what in the butt? Well, good for him. Good for him. Scrody said, so sorry for you and Mrs. Anti-Tracker. Sorry for your losses. There's good in this world and good people in it. You are loved and appreciated. I, Butters, also did that song to raise money for my friend Kyle, Canadian bro. Money is for all who deserve it. Well, that sounds like that money's going to multiple people. Anti-Tracker is not going to share it with people who deserve it. But that's okay. Yeah, LDG says he just got $500. Well, now he's certainly going to be happy he kept streaming during my stream. Good for him. Good for him. See, we wish Anti-Tracker only the best. Now, I do have to figure in his server hosting bill, which probably is going to come to $499.99. Yes, it's the same person. I saw. Once you said that number, I was pretty sure. Not right, Job. This is Bird admitted he sang on DJ's stream. That guarantees no one will want to see it now. No, the Canadians loved what I sang, okay? The Canadians loved it. Resolute Germs is Bird of Prey. What about those pills Anti-Tracker got? Were they not supposed to be sugar pills? Shh. Resolute. We can't tell. We can't speculate. It's a let's just say it's a triple blind study, which means Anti-Tracker doesn't even know he's in a study. Right? Double blind. the people doing the testing don't even know what they're testing for, and the participants don't know if they're, got what, which they've got, the placebo or the real thing. But in a triple blind study, they don't even know that they're in the study. So it's the best type of study. Resolute Germ says, damn Scrotty. No, good for Scrotty. God bless Scrotty McBoogerballs. Makes the world go round for us YouTubers of smaller sizes. And by smaller sizes, I even mean anti-tracker, because, I mean, if you go to like a Nerdrotic stream or a Doomcock stream, and, they could get that in 20, 30 minutes. So, Joseph says, who's that secret patron? I'm going to check if polygamy is allowed here and will propose. You sure you want to go that way, Joseph? I mean, you don't know. You don't know you don't know what equipment they are carrying. You might want to double check before you propose, unless you don't mind, which is, it's up to you. But at this point, we should go ahead and start the episode, which is Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 3, Episode 14, Heart of Stone. And as always, if you have your own copy, feel free to bring it up. If you want, you can watch in the Bird of Prey screening room. The link is at the top of the page, birdofprey5.com/SR. And if you don't have a way to watch in the screening room, then of course in the bottom right corner of the screen will be screenshots. So you can always, you can always watch it from there. Josh reaches Bird of Prey just got on in Australian news that they have to put a ban on your Aussie Prey, and said if you do it again, they will invade Karoga to end the bad Australian accent. I doubt that's what they said. But you know what? Before we go any further, I'm going to have to put on some commercials, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
What's in this little blue egg that keeps Barbara Eden looking slim and trim?
Oh, there's only one answer to that. It's Legs Control Top Pantyhose. See, Legs slims and trims but doesn't bind. So you get comfort and control.
Stretching, bending, standing, sitting. There's one pantyhose that's always spinning. Nothing beats a great pair of legs.
One of the nice things about McDonald's Chicken McNuggets, those hot, tasty pieces of boneless chicken, is that they're packaged in sizes for every appetite. Let me illustrate. Enter the six-pack. A logical lunch. McNuggets 9, a delight for dinner. And a pack of 20, hey, perfect for picnics and parties. Of course, these are mere suggestions. Your appetite will be the true guide.
It's a good time for a great taste of McDonald's.
It's a corner of America with cozy harbor towns. It's salty air, wicker chairs, and a surf that pounds.
The spirit of Massachusetts is the spirit of America. The spirit of the red, white, and blue. The spirit of Massachusetts is the spirit of America. The spirit that we want to share with you.
For your free Massachusetts vacation kit, call 1-800-624-MASS.
わあ、スクランブルエッグマフィン、ハッシュポテト、あ、ホットケーキ、わああれ、大変だ、ここかな、こっちか、よし、ここだあれ、もうおいしい笑顔、マクドナルド、みんなもおいでよ。
Ronald McDonald in Dreamy Breakfast.
This morning it seems Ronald's having a dream.
Time for breakfast, Birdie.
Oh boy, Humphrey! peppermint hotcakes. After 'em, Bertie.
You betcha!
Whoop. Whoops. Gotcha.
Not you! Ronald, Ronald.
With a friend. Wow. Yummy hotcake syrup and butter.
Plus juice and milk.
Breakfast. A dream come true.
McDonald's and you.
I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. It's the real. I'd like to teach the world what the world wants in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. A dream, a Saturday night, a great new taste. It's a Coke reaching new heights. Cooking is just how you feel when you know it's for real. It's a kick, it's a hit, it's a Coke, Coke is it. I'd like to teach you just how you feel in perfect harmony. For real, it's a kick, it's a hit, it's a Coke, Coke is it.
Oh, that's a great commercial.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
It's yours?
No,
My mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys must have...
Must have what?
Look, Dad, it's not
Where
mine.
did you get it?
It's not mine.
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
Oh, OJ.
Let's introduce his great...
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. We're back. We are back. Did I get any $500 super chats? No. Okay. Where are we? NB Geeks is Bird of Prey. Come hell or high water. I will do in the pale moonlight watch. Oh, I mean, anybody can do in a pale moonlight watch. We will get there eventually, but we're doing episode by episode. So we are probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years out from In a Pale Moonlight. Basically 52 episodes a year. Basically just under 2 seasons a year. And we're at season 3. In a Pale Moonlight is season 5 or 6, I think. I think it's the end of 5. So actually, we might just be a year away, but we're still some time away from In a Pale Moonlight. But we will get there. We will. And then when we get to the last episode of Deep Space Nine, and then I assume we'll watch the DS9 documentary one day. I don't know. I'm thinking, well, who knows what will be next at that point. But we'll worry about it when we get there. We'll worry about it when we get there. Joseph Patrick dreams of Genie. We all did at one point. Josh reads says Joseph Karoga polygamy is the only allowed for Bird of Prey. Well, that's I don't know about only, but it's certainly allowed for me. NB Geeks, let's talk, says Bird of Prey. Are you trying to depress me about how positive commercials I assume used to be? I'm not trying to depress anyone. Those are just commercials we have when I need to take a minute or two away. NB Geek, I should have played the anthem. Son of a bitch. I should have played the anthem. NB Geek says, Bird of Prey, that was an off-topic talk. Sorry, there's no off-topic here. If you don't know, I run an off-topic web forum where I live for off-topic. Okay. So, guys, let's go ahead and we'll get ready to watch this movie. Mountains of Elysium, Qapla, Mountains of Elysium. So if you have your own copy, get it ready. If you're going to go to the Bird of Prey 5 screening room, then do so now. I'm entering the screening room. And if you're going to watch in the bottom right corner, go ahead and do that too. You'll see the black box there. And the Orville family, Qapla, the Orville family, says, sorry, it's not McBoogerballs 500, but I love you much, bird spread. Oh, thank you so much, the Orville family. Aw, look at that. Ellie's making me feel better. Thank you, Ellie. It's very, very kind of you. Of course, I'm very happy for Anti-Tracker. As a friend, I'm happy when he's happy, and to see his success, it's kind of success for all of us, including you, Ellie, including you. Joseph says, me being here is worth more than 500. Absolutely, Joseph. I wouldn't trade you for all the $500 super chats in the world. I might, but no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, Joseph. You, Ellie, everyone here, Mountains of Elysium with his greetings to Sassy, Chaser of Endurians, Eater of Packlids, Stalker of Klingons, the Filer of Vulcans, Cloaking from Lori, and the Scourge of Cardassia. Aru! These are types of things I would not trade for money. Now, for precious jewels and gold and lithium, dilithium, no, platinum, maybe, but not for paper currency. No. So let's go ahead and get ready. Get to the Bird of Prey 5 screening room. The link is on the top, or your own copy. Season 3, Episode 14. We're going to count down from 5 now. Oh, I have to shut off the music, the sound. Otherwise, you guys are going to hear it. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. And we have the shuttle crash, this runabout with Kira and Odo returning to Deep Space Nine. There was a Bajoran colony close to the Cardassian border. There's some sensor platforms that are supposed to give them notification if the Cardassians want to violate the treaty. Odo's giving one-word answers. Kira's trying to get him to talk. Odo's not speaking. She's asking if something's bothering him. Clearly something is. And she says, you haven't said 5 words to me since we left Prophet's Landing. She says, if I did something to you, you should tell me what it is. He says it's not important. And she says, whatever you say, it's not worth making an issue of it. So he says, when Governor Investor invited him to his house, you said no. And he said, you never bothered to ask me if he wanted to go. And she said, did you want to go? He said, no, not particularly. She said, then what's the problem? He says, you never asked. She's like, but you don't eat. He's like, but he would have liked to have been considered. She says, you're right. Next time we're invited out for dinner, she'll make sure he's the one that says no. And Odo appreciates it and thinks she's serious. Kira laughs. She is picking up a distress signal. It's being attacked by a Marquis raider. Yeah. The Lesepians have been attacked. They're going after the Marquis. Why, Kira? This isn't your fight. NB Geeks is Bird of Prey TOS started Star Trek. DS9 defined Star Trek. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Those are new here. No, I have to hum or Yosef gets mad. Do 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 do. Extra butch. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This is torture. This is torture. You have do 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 do. Yeah, Street says make the Bird of Prey 5 torture and Heart of Stone. She's like, she doesn't know what the Marquis has done to the engines, but it's fast. They're in the Badlands. They have to catch them soon. Odo's lost them. Oh, why don't you just increase the sense of bandwidth? Why wouldn't he have just done that if it was that simple? He's got to be somewhere in the solar system. He's trying to land on a moon. That's no moon. His attitude stabilizers. Like he's getting angry? You said he's trying to land on the moon already. Yosef is humming the tune as the highlight of his week. So we now Yosef has the most depressing week of anyone here. Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey, Sassio Prey, and fellow nerds. All hail Karoga. Aroo! Oh, and now Nog is here to see Cisco. Tell him it's urgent, Nog says. So Cisco's like, send him in. Nog's like, Brian, I told you he'd see me. Why wouldn't he? He's his friend, his son's best friend. Nog says, let me express my most sincere thanks for allowing me to speak with you. He puts out his hand for a handshake. He wanted to give Cisco this. It's a bag. He says, open it. You can hear metal clanking. It's latinum. He says, what's this? It's latinum. He's like, why are you giving me latinum? Yesterday, he completed the Ferengi attainment ceremony. He's an adult. He says, congrats, thank you. But it doesn't explain the latinum. According to Ferengi bylaws, upon reaching adult males, must purchase an apprenticeship through a suitable role model. And he chooses Cisco. He says, you want to be my apprentice? He says, yes, I want to be the first Ferengi in Starfleet. He says, now, who do I see about getting a uniform? He says, if you want to be a unit Starfleet officer, you got to attend the academy. He says, okay, where do I sign up? Cisco's like, it's not that simple. As a non-Federation citizen, you need a lot of reference from a command level officer before you can even take the exam. And he pushes the latinum back at Nog. So Nog pushes latinum back at him. He says, a command level officer, like you. And Cisco says, yeah, like me. And Nog says, well, then write the letter. And Cisco says, I'll think about it. And Nog pushes Latinum back again. He says, "Thank you, Commander. I know you'll make the right decision." They shake hands. And Cisco says, "Aren't you forgetting something?" The Latinum. And Rom says, "Keep it. Consider it a token of my appreciation." Cisco actually keeps it. Cisco actually keeps it. I wonder if he put it in his room somewhere. John DeMarco says, "I think the Enterprise theme would be much improved if it had been hummed by Bird of Prey." Well, they all would be. Sci-Fi Nations, personally, I think Bird of Prey is one of the most underrated singers out there, at least when it comes to Sinatra. Kira and Odo are walking through caverns. There's earthquakes. They want to just leave. They have 20 minutes. Otherwise, they're going to leave them behind. Odo says if he's smart, he'll let him find us. He'll let us find him. It'll be Federation prison. It'll be better than this. Kira now is calm to Odo that she's trapped and she needs his help immediately. So Odo's running back for her. Roxanne says, "How do I get Scotty to be a huge fan of me like Bird of Prey and Anti-Tracker?" Scrouty. I don't know. Talk about Scrody stuff. So Kira's like, Goda's like, "What's wrong?" Kira's like, "You're not gonna believe it, my foot's stuck." And her foot's stuck in a crystal that's growing around her. It's not a fissure. Your foot's encased in some kind of crystal. And the crystal is spreading. Dun dun dun! Sci-Fi Ninja's Bird of Prey, the missus loves your singing as well and wanted me to tell you that. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Sci-Fi. Miss Londell says, "A test to see where Odo's loyalties lie." Indeed. She can't get her boot off. So Odo is smacking the crystal with a rock because that's going to work. The rock breaks. Kira's laughing. He said he fails to see the humor. She's like, "This is pretty ridiculous. Two of us being outsmarted by a chunk of crystal." He says he's not giving up just yet. And she's like, "Neither am I. Give me a phaser." She's going to blow off her foot and give Julian the chance to show what a wonderful doctor he is. And she shot the crystal, and the crystal grew. And it's fed off the energy from the phaser. So, you know what? Now, yeah, just beam them out. They're too deep. So go to the runabout, replicate some transporter pattern enhancers, and then beam her out. So she's like, "I'll be fine." She's not going to go anywhere. She's laughing. So Nog is working with Rom. Nog is telling Quark that they need to shut down everything to fix it. Nog is saying you should have listened to him. He tried to warn you. Quark said you said it might overload the system. Quark is telling Rom everything that goes wrong is his fault. It says so in his contract. It says, now get it fixed by lunchtime or he's going to take it out of his pay. So Rom says he needs to get some replacement power coupling. Nog is really depressed, seeing the way his dad's being treated. So Jake comes in and says, hey, Nog. And Nog says, if you want lunch, you got to come back in an hour. And Jake says, that was a pretty funny joke you played on your dad. He's like, did you tell him it was joking? How could you tell him? Go back to him and tell him you were wrong. How is he supposed to know it's serious? You never said you wanted to join Starfleet before. Nog's like, well, I'm saying it now. Like, well, why? He says he has his reasons. He doesn't want to name any, though. Jake says friends don't keep secrets from one another. Nog says it's not a secret, it's just personal. Stop asking. Jake says, okay, but Father's a smart guy. If it's some kind of trick, he's going to figure it out. Nog says it's nothing to figure out. He's joining Starfleet. And that's that. He said, if you don't mind, he's got a lot of work to do. I do wonder, where did they get these clothes for Jake? I mean, he's always wearing the most ridiculous stuff. Mr. Lodell says Rom should kick Quark's ass once. Just once. NB Geeks has to leave for family obligations. No problem, NB Geeks. Qapla. Sci-Fi Nation. Yes, I read that. Oh, he asked about pattern enhancers. Pattern enhancers don't work. So listen, they thought of it, at least, huh? There's no way to compensate for the ionization field. So he's sending a priority 1 distress signal to Deep Space Nine, but he can't because of atmospheric interference. So now he's going to send a probe to send a broadcast as soon as it leaves the atmosphere. Probe launch confirmed. Under ideal conditions, how long to expect help? 2 days to receive the signal. Why would it take that long? I mean, there probably could be a Deep Space Nine in 12 hours. So Odo goes back to Kira. His friend came out of the tunnel. The friend ran off down the tunnel. Odo says he didn't miss by much. Kira says her lucky day. Josh treats his bird of prey. They went back in time and raided 70s clothing store for the worst looking clothes for Jake. Oh. One of the aliens are pregnant. He's budding. O'Brien's throwing him a baby shower in a couple of days. So it's a him. It's a he. He's having 2 babies. How progressive. And Cisco's going to be there for the baby shower. And Nagas came and asked if he made up his mind about his letter. He says, not exactly. Look, Nog, I'm being honest with you. Well, I think candidates for Starfleet Academy. Yours is not the first name. Because why not? Because I'm a Ferengi? Because no, your reputation on this station leaves a lot to be desired. Your school grades are mediocre at best, and you've had few run-ins with Constable Odo. Nog says, I admit I made some mistakes. Just give me a chance. I can do better. And he puts out his hand to shake again. Sisko looks around. And Sisko says Dax that he wants a complete inventory of Cargo Bay 12. She's like, we just did that. And she's like, okay. He wants it again. She's like, I'll assign a team. He's like, I want you to assign Nog. And she's like, Nog? And she doesn't understand it either. Why does he want to join Starfleet? He wants to give him a chance to prove himself. She says, there's a lot of valuable equipment in Cargo Bay 12. Maybe she should assign a couple of crew members to assist him. He says, no. He wants him to do it alone. No one looking over his shoulder. No interference. It's actually a very, very noble thing to do. So the tricorders don't work. The transporters don't work. The tricorders don't work. Communicators don't work. Why does the lights work? Why does the light bulb work? Odo says it's not going to work. He's going to get her out of there. She's like, at the rate the crystal's going to be growing, she's going to be completely covered in less than 12 hours. Unless this cave collapses first, because there was an earthquake. Odo's getting angry. Odo's like, there's got to be a way to shatter this crystal. Kira says, doesn't mean we're going to find it in 12 hours. Odo's pissed. Hey, Odo. Why don't you turn into a liquid goo, go into the crystal, and then make yourself bigger and just shatter it? So Odo's talking about some type of security report that he'd seen. Raiders broke into a museum by using a high frequency device to shatter something from inside. He can make a makeshift generator using some type of thing on the runabout. He can find the right frequency to shatter the crystal. He's got to go to the runabout. She needs to be on the lookout in case the friend comes back. And she says, Constable, when we get back to the station, she's going to start reading those criminal activity reports. Odo says he'll make sure she gets them. So Dax is telling Nog that due to a computing error, they lost the entire inventory. So Sisko wants Nog to inventory the entire cargo bay. Nog's like, by myself? So Dax says, Nog's like, by myself. Dax says, yeah, Starfleet's not all fun and games. A lot of it's just hard work. And so Nog's like, well, when does he want it? He wants it by first thing in the morning. And Nog says he'll have it tonight before he goes to bed. And Dax says the morning is just fine. Looks like Nog likes this challenge. Miss Londell says the light bulb works because quantum. So Odo's there with his generator. Kira is now mostly covered in crystal. So he has every intention of getting back to the station by tomorrow night. Chief O'Brien's counting on it. Says they have an appointment. It's like, what type of appointment? The chief and Odo are supposed to go kayaking together. Kira's like, how'd he talk you into that? He's like, you didn't talk him into it. It's quite enjoyable. He's done it twice. O'Brien invited him one evening and he went. He had nothing else to do. He says, well, O'Brien does all the singing. It's necessary for doing a smooth paddling rhythm. Rock solids is bird of prey. If Kira is completely covered, will she have a crystal skull? Not on my watch, Rock Solid. Not on my watch. And Miss Lindell says inventory control would be right up a Ferengi's alley, indeed. Miss Mike Richards is Crystal Kira Light. Apparently O'Brien's had this holosuite program since he was on the Enterprise. And Kira asks, how long do those boat trips take? And Odo says it depends on how many times we capsize. He's dislocated his shoulder. He's done other things. So Kira is like, then why does he keep doing it? And Odo says, because he loves it. And it's my observation that you humanoids, do these things that you love no matter how much it hurts you. Now, rocks are falling. So, Odo does turn into a roof around Kira to protect her. To protect her from the falling rocks. I was about to say, why doesn't Odo just turn into something to protect her? The generator's still okay. It hasn't found the right frequency. Odo says we've been in worse situations than this one and come out all right. Kira says, name 3. What happened to just name 1? Yeah, she can't think of any. He says, that wasn't the response I expected. In the detective novels, when the hero says we've been in tougher situations than this one, the friends always agree. She says, I never read any of those books. So there must be some humanoid planetoid that could cheer her up. Kira says, I'd rather face the truth and go on from there. And Odo feels the same way. Kira says, I know you do. That's why we get along so well. He says, well, the truth is we're going to get you out of here, Major. That's no platitude. So Sisko and Dax are talking. It's very impressive work by Nog. He did the entire cargo bay in 5 hours. The sensor showed no one else was in there. He had no help. Says he guess he learned something working in his store. And Sisko says, I assume all the equipment is still there. And Dax is like, he didn't steal anything. No, he even found some things they missed the first time. Oh, he's a hard worker, but why does he want to join Starfleet? Dax has no idea. Really, Dax? Because I think you might be able to figure it out if you thought hard enough, considering how close you are with the Ferengi. Aru! Sci-Fi Nation, free Auntie. Oh, Kira's getting covered. It's up to her neck. Odo is now touching her hand. Odo's touching her hand. He should know what's about to happen. He should be able to feel it. Kira's like, tell me how you got your name. He says, that is an amusing story. As you know, when Dr. Moore first brought me to his laboratory, it was under Cardassian supervision, because Cardassians let scientists, Bajoran scientists, work in. And everything was labeled in Cardassian. Since no one was exactly sure what he was, he labeled him unknown sample, which the overseer translated to Cardassian. Odo Wintal. So his name came from unknown sample. Odo Rital literally means nothing. Even after it was clear he was sentient, the Bajoran scientists kept calling him Odo as a joke. So the Bajoran scientists were quite assholes, even though they were being basically being controlled by Cardassians. It was asshole Bajorans which gave him his name. The first thing he would think of was nothing. He had no family, no friends, no place where he belonged. He was nothing. It was the most appropriate name anyone could give him. And then he met Kira. And the others. Cisco and Dax and Quark. Rock Solid's bird of prey should do an annual viewing of Crystal Skull in her memory. Now when he thinks of himself as me, and Kira puts her face to his hand. He says he's sorry. It's not as amusing as he hoped it would be. Kira's like, I liked it very much. The ultrasonic generator isn't going to work, she says. Odo says, no, afraid it's not. She's crying now. He doesn't suppose Odo has any other ideas. She says, neither does she. Says, it doesn't make sense. The sonic generator should have worked. Is that thunder out there, Mom? Quite a bit of thunder. It's time for him to go. There are tears falling off her face. The Marquis is probably dead from one of the cave-ins. The cave is going to collapse. It's time for him to go. And he's like, you're asking me to leave? She's like, no, as a superior officer, I'm ordering you to leave. Take the runabout and go. And Odo is very upset. She's like, Odo, why are you still standing here after the commercial break? You had 2.5 minutes to leave. Says, I'm giving you a direct order, Constable. Odo says, you can order me all you want. I'm resigning. Kira says, if you stay here, you'll die. Odo says, you don't know that. And even if it were true, he's not going to abandon her. She's like, I want you to get out of here. He's like, I can't. Don't you understand? I can't do it. He's like, please, Odo. He's like, no, I won't leave you. Why? Because I'm in love with you. He falls to his knees. He falls to his knees. He put himself out there. So now you know, he says. And Kira says, Odo, I'm in love with you too. And Odo looks at her. And we get to Nog. And Nog comes into Cisco's office to shake his hand again. Cisco says, Nog, I gave your request a lot of thought. Nog appreciates it. He says, I'm afraid I'm going to have to turn you down. And he said, turn me down? Why? Have you did something wrong? Cisco says, nothing you did. You're just not Academy material. And he gives him back his latinum. Nog is like, can't we talk about this? He says, there's nothing to talk about. We both know you wouldn't make it through the Academy. You wouldn't handle the workload. And you wouldn't make it 2 weeks. He says, I'd make it. I'm a hard worker. Cisco's like, I'm not going to put mine on the line because your scheme of yours. He's like, it's not a joke or a scheme. It wants to join Starfleet. He wants it more than anything he's ever wanted in his life. He says, you're a Ferengi. Why would you want to be in Starfleet? He says, where's the profit in it? And now Nog comes out, says, I don't care about profit. And now Cisco holds him by both hands. He's like, why do you want to go into Starfleet? And Cisco's looking at him in the eyes. And Nog breaks down. He's like, because I don't want to end up like my father. And Cisco lets go of him. He says, your father. What's your father got to do with it? He's like, yeah, my father. He's been chasing profit his whole life. Where's it got him? Nothing. You know why? Because he doesn't have the lobes. And neither does Nog. And a Ferengi without profit is no Ferengi at all. The 18th rule of acquisition. Because my father is a mechanical genius. He could have been a chief engineer of a starship if he had the opportunity. But he went into business like a good Ferengi. But the only thing is, he's not a good Ferengi. Not when it comes to profit. So now all he has to live for is the slim chance that someday, somehow, he might be able to take over his uncle's bar. He's like, I'm not going to make the same mistake. I want to do something with my life. Something worthwhile. And Cisco says, like joining Starfleet. He's like, I might not have an instinct for business, but I have my father's hands and my uncle's tenacity. I know I've got something to offer. You just need the chance to prove it. This is an amazing bit of acting here. I mean, Aaron Eisenberg blows this out of the water. And Cisco says, all right, I'll see that you get that chance. Send the letter first thing tomorrow morning. He's so happy. He's like, I don't know how to thank you. He goes to hug him. He's like, wait, don't thank me yet. You have a lot of work ahead of you. He says, don't worry, you're never going to regret this. And he shakes his hand again. Odo is looking at the phaser blast that she dodged. Kira's like, you haven't said anything to me in over, I don't know, an hour or something. She's saying, I'm sorry I waited how long. I waited to tell you how I feel. If I told you earlier, maybe things would have been different. But Odo realizes something is up. He finally figured out what's going on here. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, how many seasons does it take for Odo and Kira to get together? Was it season 3, 4, 5, 6? 3 more seasons. 3 more seasons. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, go to her, Odo. Be with her. Damn it, Odo, say it. So where was she standing? Where was he standing? Nobody standing there could have hit those rocks without hitting her first. And he says, maybe he was standing somewhere else. And he says, or maybe you were lying to me, which makes 2 times you lied to me today. You lied when you said you were shut up at the marquee, and you lied when you said you loved me. She's like, I do love you. He's like, I wish you did, but you don't. He prides himself on his ability to observe human nature. He never saw any indication she had any type of feeling for her. Like me, yeah, think of me as a friend, close friend, but love, nope. She said, well, maybe I told you I loved you because I thought it'd make you feel better, because I thought that's what you wanted to hear. He says, now you're lying again. Lies! Why would you turn this into a house of lies? And he's like, if here I know would think too much of a friendship to lie again, lie to me, even in the best situation. So now he holds the phaser to her and says, good, you can tell me by who you are and what you've done with Kira. And now, of course, we find out it's the female changeling. Very good, Odo. Well done, Odo. You really are quite a skillful investigator. She says, and he says, you're quite the skillful changeling. Like, if you want to share your wisdom, tell me where Kira is. She was the fugitive they were chasing. How do you get your hands on a marquee ship? She says, Odo, you really can't expect me to give me all the answers. It's like, why lead us here? Why replace Major Kira? I needed to understand why you chose to live with the solids and your own people. I suspected it had something to do with Major Kira, and now I'm certain of it. He says, so your plan was to make me think you died. It would take away your link to the solids, then you would return to us. He says, I assure you, nothing will ever make me do that. He says, tell me where she is. And the female changeling says, and what? I don't? You'll shoot me. No changeling has ever harmed another. And Odo says there's always a first time, and aims the gun a little higher. Major Kira is down the tunnel, a few hundred meters past there. But it won't make any difference. She'll never love you. You're a changeling. She can't love you. And she backs up. And of course, she beams away, even though there was no way to beam out a few minutes ago. But that must be superior Dominion beaming. He woke up Kira, who woke up immediately out of stasis. And Kira's like, what are we doing here? She's like, it's like a long story. Right now, I gotta get you out. So they didn't talk the whole way. So they got back to DS9. Like, if the founder was trying to test your allegiance to solids, why did she impersonate you? So Odo says, well, probably because you were with me. It could have been anyone else if anybody had been with me. So Kira said, how did you know it wasn't me? And he said, well, she said something you would never say. And Kira said, oh, what was it? And he says, it was just a slip of the tongue, nothing to worry about. So now Quark is forbidding Nog to go into Starfleet. He's not going to let any nephew embarrass him that much. But now Rom is stepping up and saying that he's the father. He makes the decisions. And Rom is saying, Nog, good luck. I'll be proud to have a son in Starfleet. Quark says they're both insane. Oh, and they shake hands. And Nog says, like father, like son. End of episode. The Epic Beard says, is Odo holding the gun backwards? I highly doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. Norman Buckwald says, imagine the female changeling posing as Quark. Well, that would have been something. But no, she had a feeling it was Kira. So just lucky, I guess, that they waited. They waited for Odo and Kira to have a mission together. I mean, let's face it. How often does Kira and Odo have a mission together? Not very often. So I wonder how long they've been waiting. Weeks? Months? Donald Myers is a really good episode. Absolutely. Absolutely. Once a week. No, they don't have a mission together once a week. There's a mission somewhere once a week. But that it's Kira and Odo together? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. And yes, it was a very good episode. And now that we've entered middle of season 3, quite frankly, they're almost all going to be good episodes. I mean, some will be better than others for sure. But I can't think of any terrible episodes left in the series. I think we're through all the bad ones. Joseph says next week is a good episode as well. Absolutely. Absolutely it is. Let's see. What is next week's episode? Movies and TV. Star Trek. TV. DS9. Season 3. Episode 15 is Destiny, which is the episode where that's where the Cardassian scientists come to the station, and basically they find out the wormhole. They figure out how to keep a listening post on the other side of the wormhole constantly functioning. That's a very good episode. Episode 16 is Profit Motive, which I remember being a very good episode. It's a Ferengi episode. A lot of Ferengi. Next, yeah, it's a big Ferengi episode. Those are always good. Episode 17 is Visionary. Is that? Oh, that's another great episode. That's an O'Brien Must Suffer episode, but a very good episode. Episode 18. What is this one? Distant Voices. Okay. Distant Voices is a Garrick and Bashir episode. It's not bad. Through the Looking Glass is episode 19. It's another Cardassian. That's a Garrick. That's a Garrick Odo Cardassian episode. Improbable Cause is episode 20. A mirror episode. The first mirror episode, or second mirror episode of DS9, which I know a lot of people don't like the mirror episodes of DS9, but I'm fine with them. I like them. I mean, it does kind of screw up the mirror universe, but as episodes alone, they're good. Wait a second. I'm wondering if I'm wondering if I'm missing an episode. Yeah, I'm missing an episode. I'm gonna have to fix it. Because I don't think episode 21 is the correct number, because there's a previously on that I'm not seeing. Well, I know I'll have to check on that in the future. We have a few weeks, though, to get that sorted out. Sci-Fi Nations is Bird of Prey. The challenges are extremely long-lived, so it makes sense they would wait for just the right opportunity. Plus, they could have had a changeling spy on the station watching them. That's true. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey. Scroll up. You missed my last at Bop. Okay. Josh Street says once a week, Bird of Prey. Josh Street says Bird of Prey. You don't know. It's a running joke how long it takes Odo to tell Kira he loves her. Oh, you know it's a running joke about how long it takes. I don't see what's so funny about it. It's real life. Josh Street says Bird of Prey. How many seasons? I read that. Rock says Bird of Prey. Go to her, Odo. Be with her. Damn it, Odo. Say it. I read that. I'm sure I read that, Rock Solid. That's your last at Bop. And Rock Solid wants Dear Bop, not today. Norman Buckwald says O'Brien gets into an awkward situation with a female Cardassian. Yes, he does. But she didn't know he was married. Yosef says thunderstorm here. Air will be cleared. Thunderstorm here too, Yosef. Resolute Germ says all the episodes left in season 3 are good. Absolutely. Bashir gets old in an abandoned Remember Me station. Epic Beard says no storms here, just 93 degrees Fahrenheit for the next week. Josh Reed says hashtag free Aberjam Sassy Mamo Prey, Clono Prey, Orphan Miners, Sci-Fi Nation, all Kurogans where? All Kurogans where? Oh, all Kurogans everywhere. Norman Buckwald says the very important two-parter, not to be missed, the latter third of the season. Yes, and I don't think I have the whole thing. I gotta figure out where I put it. Ensign Ricky says best Nog episode, absolutely. Norman says where the mirror episodes start to go down in quality one by one. I loved Crossover, by the way. I kind of liked one of those later ones with the Defiant attacking the big Klingon ship. Yosef says the Epic Beard, same temperatures the storm that caused exactly by the heat. That's Garrick's shop, right? Yeah, well, certainly the Garrick shop episode, but I'm missing the episode where it actually blows up. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. DS9 doesn't mess up the mirror universe. It just shows what would have happened after Kirk messes it up. Yeah, possibly. Mando Merck says, hey, Bird of Prey, Qapla, Mando. Resolute Germ says, Bird of Prey, improbable cause, and the die is cast is the right order. It is. Okay. Okay. I will double check, but thank you. I just hope I don't have something named wrong. Thomas Potts is Bird of Prey, episode 20 and 21, when Tal Shiar and Obsidian Order attacked the Foundry. Okay, so my problem is that one of those episodes, episode 20, for me, episode 20 for me is not that. Episode 20 for me is a Mirror Universe episode. So I must have them mislabeled. Right, Through the Looking Glass, that's got to be the Mirror Universe episode. So episode 19 is probably right. So then, okay, I think the problems comes between 17 and 18. I think I've got them misnumbered. Somewhere between 17 and 18 are my problem. I will consult with Netflix and figure out the issue. I have Netflix too, Sci-Fi. Thank you. I have it. I can just look. Mountain of Elysium's Bird of Prey. We should pause to remember the yellow cake uranium orphans of Karoga, cruelly killed in Kurdistani bombing of their orphanage. Yes, we should. We should figure out what day that happened and make it a holiday. It was about. Was it 4th of July? Yeah. Could be. It could be. Sci-Fi Nation's Bird of Prey. I have thank you. Yes, I read that. Roxas' Bird of Prey. The Visitor is hauntingly beautiful episode to anyone who has lost a parent. Yes, I mean, I guess it depends how you lost the parent. Sci-Fi Nation says Bird of Prey. 17 is Visioners. 18 is Distant Voices. 19 is Through the Looking Glass. And 20 is Improbable Cause. Okay, well, something is messed up somewhere. I'm going to have to just look at Netflix and figure out what's going on. I can't figure it out now, but that's fine. And I got a text message from Thomas Potts, who gave me a screenshot from Netflix. Thank you, Thomas. Again, I can't tell exactly what's going on. Let me see. 19 is Through the Looking Glass. But for me, while it's labeled episode 19, it's actually episode 18. No, it's not. Huh. What's going on? Episode 19 is the episode where they go into okay. I think just 19 and 20 are backwards. I think 19 and 20 are backwards. 19 looks like Improbable Cause, and 20 for me looks like Through the Looking Glass. Somehow they got mislabeled, I think. Okay, whatever. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Roxas' Bird of Prey, you skipped at Bop again. Are you on live chat? Yes, I'm on live chat. Is it your at Bop Rock Solid? Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, The Visitor is a hauntingly beautiful episode for anyone who's lost a parent. I read that. And where's there, what next one above it? I don't see anything above it for quite a while, Rock Solid. Instead of telling me I missed it, just tell me what I missed. Sci-Fi Nation's Bird of Prey, I gave you the show numbers and the name of my... thank you. Thank you, but I'm going to need to just have the Netflix next to me so I can start and play the episodes and see what's going on. John DeMuggles, Bird of Prey. The episode order confusion is because at first it was just going to be Improbable Cause, but at the last minute they decided to expand it to 2 episodes. I don't see how it would have changed my issues with it, but we'll see. Josh Reese is Bird of Prey. See, Bird of Prey, I told you that today was your 24-hour DS9 marathon. You did. Hal Slusher, Qapla, Hal Slusher says hello all, Qapla. Guys, LDG, are you still here, LDG? Norman Buckwall says, at the cliffhanger, suddenly the mirror universe. See, Discovery was not the first. No. John DeMarcos, if I recall correctly, they made Improbable Cause, started production on Mirror episode, and then moved to Die as Cast. So they had to air the episode out of order. Oh, maybe that's it. That's why they say last time on DS9 and they're out of order. Thomas's Mountains of Elysium, Bird of Prey. Wow, you care so much about your orphans. You guys don't remember the date you said they died. We tried not to remember, Thomas. It was very painful memory, and we all tried to forget. Mountains of Elysium says, Thomas Potts, there are always more orphans. In fact, we will be making a few more thousand over the weekend, but it's always good to profit from any war crime. Josh Reed says, LDG was turned to stone, Bird of Prey, because you didn't say you love his channel. I didn't say his channel. He said him. He said him personally. Oh, let's see. Is he even in the chat? LDG Pixels is in the chat, but he's probably not listening. Did he start his Pixelate stream? I don't see it. LDG, calling LDG. Well, hello, LDG. Oh, Anti-Tracker finally finished his stream. Okay. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, do you not see my comment about Nog being an ungrateful little shit? No, I did not. Ungrateful. No, for a fact, the only thing that says ungrateful is this comment. It's possible YouTube blocked it if you said ungrateful little shit with an S. Rockzod says, do you not see my comment about Nog being ungrateful little shit? Ram tried to be the best father he could, but it wasn't good enough for Ram. About Nog being ungrateful. Ram tried to be the best father he could, but it wasn't good enough for Ram. Well, for Nog, you mean, for Nog. I think Nog did the right thing. Ram, he tried to be a good father, but was he really a good father? Not until after Nog joined Starfleet, to be honest. Ram would have let Nog grown up just to be, another version of him taking orders from Quark or some other person and never going to their, never reaching their fullest potential. Now, Ram's a good guy, sure. Nobody's going to say that. And Ram certainly gets Ram starts climbing the ladder after he joins the Bajoran, workforce on the station and stops taking orders from Quark. But to be honest, I think Rom only does that after getting inspired by Nog, that realizing that he doesn't have to work for Quark, that there's other things out there for Ferengi besides just business. I really don't think Nog is being ungrateful at all. I would argue against that. Thomas is rock solid. See, Kuroga doesn't care about you. I care. It's just not listed. It's nowhere in my chat. Thomas is down with Kuroga. John DeMarco says, I don't blame Nog for being tired of his dad getting pushed around. Yeah, I don't blame him either. I think he made the right call. Rocksolid says Thomas, but he doesn't call me a dick like Anti-Trekker does. Well, I don't say that about most people. Most people aren't. And Thomas says that's how Anti-Trekker shows love. Rezu Germ says, in the end, Rom is ruler of the Alliance and has the hottest wife in the show, so he won. That's pretty close to it. Pretty close to it. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to get going here. Hopefully LDG wakes up and starts his stream as he said he would. Otherwise, someone else maybe will stream. I'd like to... there's Pixelate. There's Pixelate. There, I was wondering where you were. So, go ahead and put in your link, Pixelate, when you get a chance, so that people can head over. Daniel's Hot Topics is Bird of Prey. Hey, Bird. Don't go, just got here. Well, you bought a couple extra minutes, Daniels. While Pixelate, LDG Pixels gets his stream going. So I saw you liked the lower deck ship, Daniels. I'm mixed on it. I don't hate it as much as Anti-Trekker, but I certainly don't love it either. John DeMarco says, thanks to the stream, Bird, not a problem. And Pixelate says, I posted the link. Well, Pixelate, you didn't have moderation powers, so your link never got posted. But now you do. So please post it again. You would have posted it, it just got lost. Okay, LDG posted the link. There it is. There it is. So you guys can go to the link LDG posted, and that will work. It is the Life with Matthew waiting room, because tonight Life with Matthew is doing his pub stream, and hopefully if you guys are awake, we'll see you there. With that all, Qapla, thank you for coming, and Bird out. In my video, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything Birdo Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. Take care.